Alright, Nance. Thank you very much for getting onto this video. I know this is kind of one of those, it's just one of those videos that, or I guess pieces of information that, some people are like, why did you even make that video? You should have just written the content and left it alone. Sometimes it's just nice to have a face to the writing, and it's nice to have just somebody who's kind of gone through what it is that you might be going through or about to go through, kind of help walk you through a little bit of that. And that's what we're going to do here. First and foremost, my name is David Boozer. Thank you guys very much for being here. I am a highly successful online entrepreneur. I'm also an SEO consultant, and I work with a large company, and I also have my own. And to tell you the truth, when you're going through the whole thing of themes for your website, it's actually a pretty important step. I mean, when you think about it, this is the look and the feel of everything, and we understand that through SEO we need to have good navigation, good content, and everything else. That is just a given. But the thing is the look and the feel of a website. It can matter to people. It really, really can. I have tried multiple themes on multiple different websites of mine, from emarketerpros.com to ebloggerpro.com to davidboozer.com. And I finally ended up with what I have right now. Now, will I ever switch again? I don't know. There is another responsive theme that I'm looking at that looks really awesome. I'm not sure if I will do it or not, but it looks to be pretty cool when it comes out. So I just might, who knows. But for the most part, where I'm at right now, I'm pretty satisfied with everything. eBlogger Pro here looks just like a nice, natural-looking blog. It doesn't have a lot of advertising on it. It's very simple in nature. Promotes the free training video series that I have, which goes through just about every single phase of the fundamentals of marketing effectively online. And the thing is, though, is beyond that little tiny punch for my stuff. You can get caught up to where you're just, every week you're going, oh man, I like this thing better. Oh man, no, let's just go back. No man, let's do this. And the thing is that sometimes, and it's never happened to me yet, but I think it can eventually confuse those people who are kind of regulars on your website. Maybe they haven't purchased anything or subscribed to anything yet, but they're there nonetheless, and eventually they just might. And the thing is that, if you're changing this stuff out too often, that's, they could be thinking, why would I do business with somebody who is just, they're constantly doing this. They either have decision issues or they are a perfectionist, and I don't know if I can be that perfect. So it might not be a good fit between me and them. So these are the kinds of the things that you want to look at. When you find a theme, as the internet grows and as it changes and as new themes come out, especially responsive design, responsive designs are something that you should have, period. And I get mine at Genesis. Yes, it cost me a little money right off the bat, but who cares? It was really well worth it. My sites here are very clean and they're very nice and they're well SEO'd. They're very SEO friendly. And what we mean by responsive design is that they really load up well on smartphones and tablets, things like Kindle books and other things like that. They load up really nice and they're very clean. But once you find something that's you just think it's going to be right, just stick with it. Now, later on down the road, a year or 2 or 3 years down the road, whenever something else comes out that just looks like it's going to be snap way better, then go for it. I think that's fine and dandy, but try not to switch it up every week or every month or, try to go back and forth. I think it just confuses people, and it really doesn't create that sense of familiarity that people like. We as human beings really like. I can go to ProBlogger, I can go to Copyblogger, and I can always know that it's their site because boom, there it is. It's just that nice feeling like, hey, they never changed. They just always added value. And so that's what I'm trying to do today is, now that I've been adding value for so long, the look of the value has changed frequently. And so I'm going to stop doing that now and start focusing in on just creating the value. So that's something that you want to do, You're going to probably go through the phase, and that's just humans being human, and you're going to switch around and everything else. But once you find something that actually clicks and you just have that feeling like, this is actually good enough, or this is great, this is perfect, just stick with it. Quit looking at other themes. That's probably rule number one, and the only rule is just quit looking at other themes. Quit doing it. Stop doing it. Work on your own. If you don't know how to do certain things, or you want to make it have a little bit more of a different feel to it, you can always hire somebody to do some CSS redesigns and things like that, and markups and stuff that can help change it a little bit. But for the most part, just stick with it. Stick with it and see what happens. Okay. Sometimes when you first start out with your first theme and everything else, people might not like it or something like that. And if you're not really getting the response that you think you should be getting, then it's maybe time to switch it up and go, I need to be a little bit more professional instead of a little, too homely. So that might be something to consider. But other than that, don't go through the ups and downs. Just find one that fits. Make sure it's a responsive theme, something that's good for mobile use, and run with it. All right? Anyways, thank you guys very much for being here, and no matter what, God bless.